Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the second session of first unit. In the previous unit, we already seen the topics like what is the data mining, why a need of data mining, issues in data mining, the difference between data information and knowledge. Now today, in the second session, we will see the points: KDD process, knowledge discovery process, architecture, typical data mining system architecture, then different types of databases in the data mining, and the data mining task parameters. So the data mining is nothing but extracting or mining knowledge from a large amount of data, right? So the term is actually a data mining is nothing but mining of gold. For example, mining of gold from rocks or sand is referred as a gold mining rather than rock or sand mining. So the data mining should have been more appropriately named knowledge mining instead of data mining, right? So knowledge mining from data. So this diagram shows the particular how the input is data and output is knowledge. So it appropriate term is what? Knowledge mining from a data, which is mining from large amount of databases, right? So the data mining is also called as knowledge mining from data, knowledge extraction, data or pattern analysis, data decoding. These are the many names, and one popular name or term is knowledge discovery from data, that is called as KDD, knowledge discovery from data, right? So alternatively, authors view of data as simply an essential steps, right, in the process of knowledge discovery. So see in diagram here, different databases are there. So there are various steps between these databases to final output, that is knowledge, right? So different steps like data cleaning, integrating, data selection, right? Now see, databases. So different databases like flat files, different server, different websites are there from which we can get a data, right? So that data integration comes into picture while integrating or collecting a data from different sources. So what are the sources of databases? Data may be in a flat files, it may be on websites, different servers are there, different databases are there, right? Then after that, after integrating a data, we need to clean that data. Why? Because data is noisy, redundant, right? So we need to clean that data. There are different techniques like fill that data by using missing values, or fill that data by using um, so different techniques are there for data cleaning. After that, data warehouse comes into picture. So here one major step is there, that is ETL process: extract, transform and load. Means what? Extract a data from databases. Transformation comes into picture here. Means what? Transform the data from one form to another form. If data is not in a proper format, then we need to transform that from one format to another format. For example, if I am having student database, and in that in one in one database student marks is in a percentage, right? And in another database student marks in numbers. So we need either convert that marks into percentage or in the numbers. So transformation comes here. Then that data will be sent to data warehouse for further processing. After that, data warehouse is a huge amount of data warehouse includes huge amount of database, right? In that there are n number of there is historical data. What is a data warehouse? Data warehouse is subject oriented, non volatile, time variance warehouse means what? The data in a data warehouse is a old data. That means it having a 5 to 10 years old data. Then it is subject oriented means what? Database of like one particular schemes, like database of all electronics, databases of weather forecasting, databases of student, databases of some particular subject is there, and by using that subject there is a particular data marts are there in a databases, data warehouses. Then um, in that particular data warehouse we need to choose a particular data mart or data, that selection process comes here. So we need to select that rows only in which we are interested, right? So this is called as task relevant data. So the data, there is a number of data, but we need pat interest, what we need a final output along, right? So by using that consideration, we will extract or take or select the particular task relevant data only, and that data will be sent for data mining, right? So data mining comes over here. So here there are n number of data mining techniques like clustering, classification, knowledge discovery, decision tree, right? Market basket analysis, then association rule mining. So n number of techniques are there. By using, or K means clustering is there. So by using that particular mining techniques, finally we will get the pattern evaluation. So what is the pattern? Pattern is nothing but the diagrammatically output of that particular databases. So if there the records are in a data warehouse or databases are in a terabyte petabytes, right? So if we want, and the output is in also in a terabyte and petabytes, right? But so we cannot what we can just go through that rows and columns and we will identify what will be the output or what will be the knowledge from this particular data. It will be very uh, it is not easy to understand the output, right? So why? Because the data output is also in a large number of records, right? So the particular data output will be displayed in these forms like patterns. So there are pie charts are there, time charts are there, right? So different charts are there. By using that charts, we will finally get the knowledge, right? So what is the KD? Knowledge discovery from data is the process from extracting or mining a knowledge from particular database, right? So these are the steps which I already uh, explain you, just learning the application like domain, right? So what kind of data we need, or what is the goal of that particular operation, right? Means what? For example, if we want a data from all electronics, right? And so that we need to apply that particular techniques on all electronics database only, right? Then data selection is there, data cleaning and pre-processing is there, data reduction and transformation is there, right? So these are the steps. Now next is the typical architecture of data mining system. Picture and the previous diagram is same. This is what the typical architecture. Now see, here also there are different databases. So input is what? Databases and data warehouse. That input is sent to database or data warehouse server, right? So the different techniques like data cleaning, data integration, data filtering are comes into picture over here, right? So the database, data warehouse, then World Wide Web or other information repositories are there. This is one or set of databases, right? So data warehouses, spreadsheets, or other kind of information repositories are there. So different data cleaning and data integration techniques may be performed on this database. After that data, that particular data bases are sent to data warehouse server, right? So database or data warehouse servers is responsible for fetching a relevant data based on the user's data mining request, right? So fetching the relevant data based on the user's data mining request. Then the next step is data mining engine. Now, data mining engine, pattern evaluation and graphical user interface having a input and output for the knowledge base server, right? Now see the next step, that is knowledge base. This is a domain knowledge that is used to guide the search or evaluate the interestingness of resulting patterns. So this knowledge base is nothing but metadata, right? It is a metadata which guides these two steps, that is mining engine and pattern evaluation, to search and evaluate the interesting pattern, right? Such knowledge can include concept hierarchies used to organize attribute or attribute values into different levels of abstraction. Knowledge such as user beliefs, which can be used to access patterns interestingness based on its expectations, right, may also be included, right? Other examples of domain knowledge are additional interesting constraints or thresholds or metadata, right? Then data mining engine. So what is a data mining engine? This is essential to the data mining system and ideally consists of a set of functional modules for tasks such as characterization, association, correlation analysis, classification, cluster analysis is there, outlier analysis is there, evaluation analysis is there. So data mining engine is essential to data mining system and consists of set of functionalities like different data mining tasks like association, correlation, classification, prediction, etc. And then next is pattern evaluation. So the pattern evaluation module, this component typically employs interestingness measures and interacts with the data mining modules so as to focus the search towards interesting patterns. I'm continuously saying that interesting patterns means what? The user satisfied result is there. If user is not satisfied by the result, means what? The take an example of Google. If you are going to enter in a search tab, if you are going to enter a data mining books, then it is mandatory to give data mining examples of data mining books, right, in a PDF or different information regarding data mining books. If it shows you instead of data mining, it shows you data warehousing books, then it is not a user interesting out, output, right? So data mining system is basically a it is a search towards interesting patterns by user point of view, right? So it may use interestingness threshold to filter out discovered patterns, right? Then last one is graphical user interface. So this module communicate between users and the data mining system, right? It allow user to interact with the system by specifying a data mining query task, providing information to help focus to search and perform data mining based on the intermediate data mining results, right? This component also allow users to browse database and data warehouse schemas or data warehouse structures and evaluate the patterns, right? And visualize the patterns in the different forms, right? So from the data warehouse perspective, data mining can be viewed as advanced stage of online analytical processing that is called as OLAP, right? So data warehouse is called as OLTP, online transactional processing, but data mining is called as online analytical processing, right? It is ongoing process, right? So the next is data mining. right? On what kind of data, different types of databases are there, right? Now see, we have observed various types of databases and information repositories on which data mining can be performed, right? Now what kind of databases are there? So examples like relational database. So relational database is nothing but our database is in rows and columns, right? Rows and columns. The particular example of relational database is MySQL or Oracle databases, right? Then the data warehouse. So the relational database is it is also called as database management system, right? Right. The example is MySQL or Oracle, right? So it consists of a collection of interrelated data, right? Um the particular software programs that manage and access the data, right? It's having a rows and columns, right? So relational databases tables. So you already seen in a MySQL in a third year subject database management system, you already gone through the relational databases, like there are having a tables in that the each of table having unique name, and each table consists of a set of attribute which is called as column, right? And it is having the records or rows, it is which is called as set of tuples, right? So each tuple in a relational table represent an object identified by unique name, which is called as the primary key, right? So all this you are already gone through in a third year subject, that is relational database. And there are particular semantic data models also, for example entity relationship model, ER models, right? Then next is the example. See here, these are the example of relational database. So I'm having a database of customer, items, employees. So this is this is database of all electronics. All electronics means what? The electronics items like fridge, washing machine, TV, computer, right, etc. are there, and they're having a different sales information on by in which shop or in which um, location, how many or in which branch um, the particular sale, that information is available, like customer ID, name, then address of age, income. Then in items, the name of item ID is there, the name of the electronic like laptop is there, Wi-Fi, TV is there, then brand, then category, type, price, etc., right? So the different types of tables are there, and we can um, correlate these two databases with the help of interrelationship diagram, right? And then data warehouse. Next is data warehouse. Now data warehouse, for example, suppose that all electronics is successful international company which branches around the world. So each branch has its own set of databases. The uh, particular uh, uh, For example, the particular president of all electronics has asked you to provide the analysis of company sales per item type per branch of the third quarter. So there is databases saved in a quarterly also. So in a year there are 4 quarters, right? So three months ka ek quarter rehta hai. So this is difficult task, particularly since the relevant data are spread out over a several databases, right? So what is a data warehouse? A repository for information collected from multiple sources, stores under a unified schemes that are usually resides in a single site. So data warehouses can structure via process of data cleaning, data integration, data transformation, data loading, data refreshing, etc., right? So this is the diagram for data warehouse, right? So these are the different databases from, for example, databases from Chicago, from New York, from Toronto, and all these data will be saved under data warehouse. And that data warehouse, the particular client will ask for the query, right? And that query and analysis tools mean data mining. So it will send the query to data warehouse, or it can access, or it can perform the operation on these data warehouses, right? After relational databases, there is the one concept is there, that is data cube concept is there. So data warehouse is usually modeled by multidimensional database structure, right? So where each dimension corresponds to an attribute or a set of attributes in the schemas, right? So the data cube is small part of the data warehouse. Means what? It data of all electronic cell is a whole database, but a data cube may be databases of particular city wise, like Chicago, New York, Toronto, etc., right? So this is what the data cube. So in the data cube, for example, see here, quarterly data is there, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, right? So this, for example, this particular data cube is three-dimensional, right? So these are the cities, these are the yearly, and these are the name of the electronics. For example, so in a quarter one, in the city of, for example, Toronto, so what is the sale? So 825 computers will be sale, right? So this will comes into, it's easy to find the particular values, right? And this is what the, again, simple view of that data cube, right? So these are the Q1 is the quarter, so 3 months quarter is there, so January, February, March, then April, May, June, likewise, right? So January, in the month of January, how much sale is there? In the month of February, how much sale is there? Likewise. Same way, in a city wise also, the sale is there, right? So after data warehouse, the database is like transactional database. So what is a transactional database? A transactional database consists of file where each record represents a transaction, right? So there are, see here, there is a transaction ID and list of items. For example, transaction database like databases of DMart, right? So databases of different shopping malls where online shopping is going on, right? So each and every transaction having a unique transaction ID and the list of items that makes up by that transaction, right? So for example, when you are going to buy something in a DMart, then you will get one bill, right? That bill having a number, that is transaction ID, and there is a list of products which you buy from that particular uh, shop or DMart, right? So this particular transactional database is used in a frequency analysis, right? Where means what? In a market basket analysis, this concept, these particular databases is used. Now, advanced databases like temporal databases. So the advanced databases like temporal databases. um for example, temporal databases typically stores relational data that include time-related attributes, right? So that attributes may involve several timestamps, each having different semantics, right? Then sequence database is there, which stores the sequence of order events with or without the notion of the time. Right? For example, which include customer shopping sequence, web click streams, and biological sequences likewise, right? Then time series databases like stores the sequence of values or events obtained over repeated measurements of time. It may be a hourly or daily or weekly, right? For example, inventory control or stock exchange, right? Then natural phenomenon like temperature or wind, etc., right? So these are the advanced databases Then spatial database is there, text database is there, multimedia database is there. So spatial database contains spatial related information, where example like geographic database like map. Then very large scale integration, that is VLSI models. Then medical or satellite image databases is there. Then spatial data may be represented in a raster format, right? Which having a n-dimensional bit maps or pixel maps, right? So color maps are there. So the information is stored in the pixels, right? Then text database or multimedia databases like which contain the word description of object. Text database का example Google है. Multimedia is also example of Google, right? So Google having a number of text databases and multimedia databases. Then these word descriptions are usually not simple keywords, but rather long sentences or paragraphs are there, right? So the text databases examples are web pages on the World Wide Web. Then it may be email, semi-structured or structured database is also there. And then multimedia databases like images and videos, right? Then next is data mining task primitives, right? So different, each user will have a data mining task in their mind, right? That is some form of data analysis that he or she would like to have to perform, right? A data mining task can be specified in a form of data mining query, which is input to a data mining system. मतलब क्या, अगर आपको जो सर्च करना है, जो आउटपुट आपको चाहिए वही आप सर्च करो, मतलब जो कीवर्ड आप डालोगे उस हिसाब से भी डेटा का जो आउटपुट है वो चेंज होता है, राइट? सो द डेटा माइनिंग क्वेरी इज डिफाइंड इन टर्म्स ऑफ डेटा माइनिंग टास्क primitives. These primitives allow user to interactively communicate with data mining system during discovery in order to direct mining process, right? So different task, like first is a set of task relevant data to be mined. So this specifies the proportions of database or the set of data in which the user is interested, right? This include the database attributes or data warehouse dimension of interest. Then next is the kind of knowledge to be mined. This specifies the data mining functions to be performed, such as characterization, association, correlation analysis, classification, etc. Then the background knowledge to be used in the discovery process. So in this, the knowledge about domain to be mined is useful for guiding the knowledge discovery process and for evaluating the pattern, right? So the concept of multiple levels of abstraction or concept hierarchies, it comes under the background knowledge. Then interestingness measure and threshold of pattern evaluation. In this, they may be used to guide the mining process or after discovery to evaluate the discovered patterns, right? So different kinds of data knowledge may have different interestingness measures, right? Then expected representation of visualized discovered patterns. So in this form, we can use to discover the patterns like rules, table, charts, graph, decision tree, cube. So different patterns we can use, right? So this is what the data mining task primitives. So we will stop here. And in the next session, in the session 3, we will discuss the different attributes types.